Welcome back to Hong Kong Direct. Graham Cunningham is still with me. Part 2 of his Northern Hemisphere horses to follow very shortly. First, before that, though, we catch up with Chad Schofield, a horse he's very much looking forward to getting back on board again this season.
For me, probably Cunningham Star. I'm hoping he can really step up and be a big player in all the mile races, and hopefully it's a good season for us. He's a lovely front-running horse. He gives us all. You know, if Beauty Generation doesn't stand up this season, hopefully he's the next in line.
And if he heads to the Celebration Cup at the end of the month, Graham, that'll be some race with Beauty Generation possibly coming back, and Golden 60 as well, last year's Derby hero.
Yeah, that could be a tremendous showdown. And don't write off Cunningham Star. He's a very, very talented horse. And Chad Schofield, up-and-coming rider, 5th in the table last year. He's got time on his side, and 50 winners, I think, a very, very viable target for him this season.
Yeah, we're talking about Andrew Balding recruits as well, Berlin Tango. Cunningham Star came from the Balding yard as well. Urban Aspect was his name when he raced there. Now, speaking of more recruits from the Northern Hemisphere, next on the hit list is the Summit by the Boom Sire, Wootton Bassett. He's heading to the stable of David Hayes, Graham.
Yeah, Wootton Bassett has been bought by Coolmore. Tells you what they think of his stallion potential. Hasn't had runners in Hong Kong so far. The Summit is one of the best around among the French 3-year-olds. Second in the French 2,000 guineas. Very good second behind Mishrif in the French Derby. An on-pace, uncomplicated club. You certainly can't sneeze at that. The other horse we're going to have a look at, now he actually is here in Hong Kong already and has trialled as well. And this is, well, his new name is Packing Waltham, another by Wootton Bassett. He's heading to the stable of Tony Cruz. Yeah, same stallion, different profile. He's kept a lower profile so far, very lightly raced. I think he's only had 3 runs. He cantered home in a Chantilly all-weather listed race under a disdainful ride from Christophe Soumillon. He was then sold soon after that win in March. He's been here in Hong Kong for a while. He's had one low-key trial. We'll give him a pass on that. Otherwise, his profile is pretty interesting. Based on his French form, he does have a good turn of foot, and there's plenty of time for Tony Cruz to work the magic with him.
All right, if you're not familiar with Wootton Bassett as well, he's an outstanding 2-year-old for Richard Fahey, Group 1, a champion 2-year-old in France in actual fact, but really making a name for himself at stud. So of those 4, there's plenty more to choose from as well, Graham, but of those 4, which one are you sort of leaning towards at this stage?
Oh, you're right, there are loads of others to mention. There's a horse called Malotru, Group 1 place for Marco Botti. He joins David Hayes. Keep an eye out for a horse called Smoky Bear, who was a really good sprinter for Roger Charlton. But of the ones we flagged up, Berlin Tango is the one I'm keen on. I just think he has that right combination of easygoing speed and a real appetite for a scrap that makes me warm to him. I'm looking forward to seeing him. He could go to the big dance.
Looking forward to seeing him step out. All of them step out as well. There's plenty to look forward to. We head towards the Derby, of course, next March. Now, as far as the diary is concerned, we're at Sha-Tin again this weekend. It's a mixed programme. We're on the all-weather and the turf, 10 races. Wednesday night back at Happy Valley, and then back to Sha-Tin again the following Sunday. Now, good racing this weekend. We're just going to focus very quickly on the Class 2 1,000-metre dash, with Enjoying returning to the track. Loads of problems since we saw him out of the first leg, or the second leg of the 4-year series, the Classic Cup. Hong Kong wins, got the form. Band of Brothers returns, gold chest for Richard Gibson. Lucky Moore, who split all or nothing last season for Danny Shum. Gentle Breeze, multi-million, a great course and distance record, as does Mr. Lumiere, all the way down to Magic Legend and Team Spirit, who's trialled well coming into this. His form has been over a little bit further. Off that list, Graham, who are the first names that jump out at you?
Well, it's an unusual race in that it's a very good 1,000-metre handicap in which quite a few horses haven't shown the best at that distance. And you could say that includes a gold chest, but I think he'll come home strongly and run a really good race. What you might say was a character-building night at the Valley the other night for Richard Gibson. A couple of his former pupils went and won for another trainer. But gold chest really thrived last season. He also won first time out last season. So I think gold chest and a certain Chad Schofield might give us something to shout about this weekend.
All right, and a really nice trial coming into that as well. His form's over further. One horse got good course and distance form, though, is Hong Kong Win, and we can hear from his jockey, Joe Moreira.
Well, he's done enough to deserve a credit, and I would say, yeah, he's good enough to go up in the class, and he's not a very, very much raced kind of a horse. He has every chance and every opportunity to go up once again. First few times that I rode him, he wasn't like very kind underneath, and then a couple of starts later, we realized that he's a kind of a horse that likes to be given a chance. And that day when he won a Happy Valley, probably 2 wins ago, was quite impressive. He got behind horses and he finished off a race in a way that you would think he can probably go up a lot of more in rating. So I would say he's just a kind of a horse that needed that time, and he's a year older this term, and I'm quite excited to be riding him on the weekend.
Already with those 2 course and distance wins to his name as well, he'll be one of the ones to beat. But Gold Chase, I quite like him as well for Graham. But really excited to see enjoying return for Douglas White, who also has Graham in a flame in the previous race number 8 returning. Great season for him last year, but he bumps into Skyfield first up on the weekend.
Yeah, Skyfield looked super exciting towards the end of last season. The market won't miss him, but he shows such a striking turn of foot at the end of his races that you have to think he's got a very bright future. Joe will be riding Skyfield, I think, for Casper fans. I don't think that horse has had a trial, but the way he won towards the end of last season, he's one to really enthuse over.
Yeah, and Casper did enthuse about him last season as well. He was actually beaten first, second up. The win came third up when he really did explode, and Joe Moreira jumped on board. I think the classic mile Casper's laid out as the long-term target. He's going to have to stretch him out in distance, though, to get there.
Yeah, we should mention 1 or 2 other points. I think he's up 14 pounds in the ratings. He's up in class, of course. Super potential, but also he's just slightly raw at the gates. He's been a little bit slowly away more than once. So another good stepping stone for Skyfield. I hope he comes through it really well, because you love to see these exciting young horses in the first few weeks of the season pave the way for something better.
Absolutely, and Casper had a good night at Happy Valley midweek and has got some good runners. I think he'd start off the meeting well with Super Kin. Just a quick word, Graham, on the trainers front. John Sides got off to a fly, but Ricky, last year's champion trainer, drawn a blank so far. It's a long way to go, not riding him off, but it was always going to be harder for him this time around to defend the title.
Hong Kong's handicap system makes it so. The better you do one season, the harder it can become the next. I think Size has to be a hot favourite for what I think would be a 12th title. It was really near misses all the way last season. Yes, he had big Group 1 success, but I think he had 70-odd seconds overall. Lots of new blood, quite ominous for the rest of the trainers in Hong Kong that Size was off the mark with a double on day 1. If he gets rolling early, the rest could be playing for places. Yeah, we didn't get a chance to talk about it. Ed included it in his package, though. Excellent proposal. Got himself into all sorts of trouble, was shuffled back on the turn and still managed to find a way and get up for the win. He looks like a really exciting prospect for the year ahead. Yeah, and the good news about a win like that, when you get out of jail, the handicapper can't give you full credit for what you achieve. So he's up to a mark of 84 now. That looks highly workable for next time, even if he will be a skinny price. All right, that's just about all we've got time for, Graham. Thanks for your time today and enjoy the weekend's action. Lovely to be back. Thanks, Andrew. All right, that's it. That's your show. Thanks for watching. We're going to leave you this week with Skyfield from last season to whet your appetite for Sunday's action. Don't forget, he goes round in race number 8. So enjoy this, and hopefully we can count on your company again on Sunday. We'll bring all the action from Hong Kong direct to you.
Winning Ways and Telecom Missile began well. 3 wide early is Hero Star, and very wide a Happy Victory, and also Hard Promise from the Abraxas Prawn Yeah. Golden Link is next around Rewarding Together, and 3 wide Diamond Pegasus. Skyfield follows the second favourite. Golden Link went off the fence from Classic Posh, Warlord and Tiger Glare. Speed Strong, Winning Ways leads ahead, Hard Promise. A length and a half Happy Victory. Telecom Missile. 5th is Hero Star from the Abraxas. Next coming towards the home turn, Golden Link, who's hard ridden. Prawn Yeah. Skyfield's got work to do. He's in traffic and about 8 lengths from them. The leader is Hard Promise over Winning Ways. Happy Victory, Telecom Missile, Skyfield. He blew the whistle, Joe, and they just parted like the Red Sea, and Skyfield came blasting through. Out by 2, 3, Hero Star. Then came the Abraxas. Hands and heels, Skyfield has demolished the field.